Hey, hello guys, welcome back. Chapter 4 of IPC captioned General Exceptions, comprising Section 76 to 106, exempts certain persons from criminal liability. In this video, I am going to discuss about the mistake of fact under Section 76 and 79. Let us understand the concept of general defense before moving into the concept of mistake of fact. General defenses means the set of defense which excuses or which help a person to escape his liability if his action qualified under the given provisions of defenses. The object of the chapter is that every penal clause is subject to a number of limitations and no offense can be absolute without any exceptions. Any offense committed by a child or by a mentally ill person cannot obviously be treated in the same manner as an offense committed by a sane adult. Similarly, liability cannot be fixed on persons who have committed an offense by accident, threat, or by necessity or in private defense in the same manner as a person who has committed an offense with an evil intention or ill design. It would obviously be inconvenient to repeat these exceptions several times in every single page. Therefore, they have placed them in a separate chapter called General Exceptions. This obviously refers to under Section 6 of the Code. Section 6 thus mandates a court to read every definition of an offense or penal provisions, including the illustrations appended thereto, subject to general exceptions. Excusable and justifiable exceptions. A careful reading and closer analysis of the general exceptions reveals that these exceptions can be grouped under two broad categories of defenses, excusable and justifiable. So, the differences between the justification and excuses are: justification means the act by which a party accused shows and maintains a good and legal reasons in court why he did the thing he is called upon to answer. Excuse means a reason alleged for doing or not doing a thing. So, moving on to the burden of proof for general exceptions. It is the fundamental rule of criminal jurisprudence that a person is innocent until proved guilty. Generally, prosecution has to prove its case beyond reasonable doubt against the accused. But here, Section 105 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872 places the burden on the accused to prove that the case falls within one of the general exceptions. By virtue of Section 6, there is no imperative duty or obligation on an accused to take up a specific plea that his case falls under any of the general exceptions, but a court is under duty to bear in mind that every penal provision needs to be interpreted subject to the general exceptions. It imposes a statutory duty on the court to consider as to whether the offense allegedly committed by an accused is covered by any of the general exceptions or not, even though he has not taken the plea specifically. Mistake of fact, which we are going to deal in this video under Section 76 and 79, or excusable acts of general exceptions. Now, moving on to the definitions of Section 76 and 79. Under Section 76, act done by a person bound or by mistake of fact believing himself bound by law is included. Section 76 reads that nothing is an offense which is done by a person who is or who by reason of a mistake of fact and not by a reason of mistake of law in good faith believes himself to be bound by law to do it. We'll understand this section by a small illustration. A soldier fires on a mob by the order of his superior officer in conformity with the commands of the law. Here A has committed no offense. By reading this illustration, we can understand that if a soldier firing on a mob by the order of his officer in conformity through the command of the law, then he will not be liable. We'll see one more illustration. A, an officer of a court of justice being ordered by that court to arrest Y, and after due inquiry believing Z to be Y, arrests Z. A has committed no offense. Under Section 79, act done by a person justified or by mistake of fact believing himself justified by law is included. It reads that nothing is an offense which is done by any person who is justified by law or who by reason of a mistake of fact and not by a reason of a mistake of law in good faith believes himself to be justified by law in doing it. Illustration for this section is A thought Z to be a murderer and in good faith and justified by law seizes Z to present him before authority, and after knowing that Z was acting only in self-defense, here A has not committed any offense. The difference between section 76 and 79 is that section 76 deals with acts done by persons bound by law, whereas 79 deals with acts done by persons justified by law. In the previous illustration of section 76, the soldier fired only by the order of a superior officer, hence he has committed no offense. And in the illustration of section 79, A thought Z to be a murderer, and moreover he acted in good faith and justified by law, so he has committed no offense. A plain reading of section 76 and 79 with special attention to the words who by reason of a mistake of fact and not by a reason of mistake of law in good faith believes that the protection of these sections applies only to a mistake of fact and not to a mistake of law. This is obviously based on the English common law maxim ignorantia facti doth excuse it, ignorantia juris non excuse it. It means that ignorance of fact excuses, whereas ignorance of law does not excuse. The principle ignorance of law is no excuse, which implies that it is not open to a wrongdoer to plead ignorance of law as a shield to avoid criminal responsibility. When any person commits any offense and asks for the defense that he does not know the law, it cannot be accepted as a general exception. Court thinks that every person knows the law of the country, and that's why the mistake of law is not considered as a defense in the IPC and as well as in tort. The mistake of law is not considered as a defense. Let me give an example where mistake of fact can be treated as a general exception. A is 17 years old, went to buy wine from the wine shop. B, the owner of the shop honestly believed that A was above 18 years of age, and as per law, 18 plus person can legally have wine. C, a policeman caught B for illegally selling wine to a child. Here, B can take advantage of for the mistake of fact because he honestly believes A to be 18 plus. Let me give another example where mistake of law cannot be treated as a general exception. A has a possession of a rifle without a license. B, a policeman caught him. He asked for the defense of mistake of law that he was unaware of the law. Here, A does not get any defense because it is assumed that every person knows the law of the land he resides in. Hence, mistake of law cannot be treated as a general exception. Mistake of law, even in good faith, is not a defense. Let me tell you some more illustrations to understand the concept of mistake of fact. A man, before going to church, fired his gun and left it empty. But during his absence, somebody else went out shooting with the gun and while keeping it back, left it loaded. The owner, late in the same day, took up the gun again and in doing so, touched the trigger. The gun went off and killed his wife who was in the room. The man had reasonable grounds to believe that the weapon was not loaded. Where a fact is unknown to the accused, his conduct must not be taken to the intention with regard to it. For instance, A fires a bullet into a bush where unknown to him. B is hiding and the bullet kills B. It is true that A fired intentionally into the bush, but he is not liable as he did not fire intentionally at B. And let's take one more instance. It is raining and X takes the only umbrella in the stand at his college, thinking that it is his own umbrella, but in fact it is Y's. X is not guilty of theft because there is actus reus but no mens rea. One of the essential ingredients required for an accused to get the protection of Section 76 and 79 is that his act must be done in good faith. Section 52 of IPC defines the term good faith. It reads that nothing is said to be done or believed in good faith which is done or believed without due care and attention. The term good faith as defined under this section is in the negative form. Section 3, Clause 22 of the General Clauses Act 1897 defines the very same term in a positive manner. A thing shall be deemed to be done in good faith where it is in fact done honestly, whether it is done negligently or not. I'll give an illustration. A enters on one way from the wrong side. A police officer caught him. He pleaded the mistake of fact because he was unaware that it was a one-way. Here, A does not get the defense because he should take proper care and attention as there was a single board present on the road which a reasonable man can easily see. Let me cite some cases related to this. First case is Chirangi vs. State of Madhya Pradesh, All India Report 1952, Criminal Law Journal, page 1212. In this case, a widower holding axe accompanied by his son went to woods to gather some leaves. After some time, his nephew discovered that the accused was sleeping under the tree and the child was missing. Later, the child was found dead. It was found in evidence that the accused at the time being was seized of the state of mind in which he visualized that a tiger was going to attack him, as by mistake he killed his son considering his son as a tiger. The court stated that it was a mistake of fact that immunized him from liability. He had no intention to kill the son. And another case law is State of Orissa vs. Koragashi, 1978, Criminal Law Journal, page 1305, Orissa. In this case, the accused, while guarding his field, shot an arrow on the moving object in a good faith that it was a bear, but the shot results in the death of a person. Here, he gets immunity under the mistake of fact. And in another case, Keso Sahu and others vs. Saligram Shah, 1977, Criminal Law Journal, page 1725. In this case, the court held that the accused showed that he, in good faith and believing that the offense of smuggling rice was going on in the plaintiff's house, and thus he brings the cart and cartman to the police station. The said suspicion was proved to be wrong. The accused can take the defense of mistake of fact as he is doing the act in good faith and believing it to be justified by law. Coming to the conclusion, if any person done offense under a mistake of fact, he can be exempted from his criminal liability under section 76 and 79. In next video, we'll discuss about judicial acts under section 77 and 78. And thank you everyone for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.